Hello students, this is JC Benoy, your SST teacher. Hope you all are all doing well and are taking care of yourselves and are also studying for your PT1 exams which will soon be here. Please remember to do all your worksheets and your assignments and your notes on time so that they don't pile up, alright? Now today I just want you all to think, how old is the earth? The earth is 4600 around, okay, about 4600 million years old. Okay, now what do you think? Did humans always exist on earth? Have they always been around? Have we always lived like this? So this might remind you that we had studied about this in our second chapter of SST, that is in Histories, chapter 2, the earliest societies. All right, I hope you remember that this was the chapter and these are the things that we studied about. Today we're going to do a revision of this chapter. This is part of a PT1 portion. Okay, so this is for grade 6 history, earliest societies. So like I said, the earth is around 4600 million years old, and life was not like how it is now. In fact, around 3500 million years ago, there were only plants and animals living on earth. Humans did not exist. Humans gradually evolved. They slowly started evolving from ape-like creatures that you can see in this image. Okay, so the ape-like creatures, they had smaller brains, larger jaws, okay, and then slowly they started evolving and became the humans that we see right now. Okay, now this period of evolution is known as the Pleistocene period. You need to remember them. Okay, what is the period of evolution of humans called as? It's known as the Pleistocene period. Alright, please learn the spelling also. Now what was so special about the early humans? Now like I said, early humans did not, they were ape-like creatures. When I say ape-like creatures, what does that mean? It means that they were like monkeys, somewhat like monkeys. Okay, so they had a lot of hair on their bodies. Their fingers were not straight, they were bent. Like you can see in the image, they did not walk straight, they walked bent. Okay, so these early humans were called as the hominids. What are they called as? Hominids. Learn the spelling. So what is so special about hominids? One, they did not stand erect. Second, their brains were small. They had smaller brains. So if you look at the image, you will see that the head is very small and the mouth is big. Okay, so that was special about hominids. They had smaller brains and bigger jaws. Okay, and they usually lived on trees and caves. So this is about the hominids. Gradually humans evolved and they started walking a little straighter. Okay, now when they started walking a little straighter, these humans are called as Homo erectus. Why? Because they became erect. Okay, what does erect mean? Straight. So Homo erectus, what were the characteristics of Homo erectus? These people could stand straight, they could walk more. Because they were straighter, they could walk more. They had more flexible fingers. The fingers started becoming more flexible. They could bend their fingers more. Okay, when you can bend fingers, what happens? You can hold things. It increases your grip. So they started having flexible fingers. Because of their flexible fingers, they started making tools like stone tools out of stone. Okay, and they started making a lot of stone tools. So they could use that for hunting. They had a bigger brain case. Their heads became bigger. Okay, that means that the brain became bigger, and so the brain case was bigger, and they had smaller jaws. What are jaws? Jaws are the mouth area. Jaw is the mouth area which you use. Okay, so that is the jaw area, and they had smaller jaws compared to the hominids. Okay, compared to the hominids, the Homo erectus had smaller jaws. Then what happened? Then gradually humans became more, they evolved more. They had more, a bigger brain. Okay, they could walk even more straighter. Alright, now because they could walk straighter, they had more energy and they were able to cover more area. So they were able to travel more. they had larger brains. So the larger brains means the brain started working more compared to the Homo erectus and the hominids. So that is why the Homo sapiens are also known as the thinking man or the wise man. What does Homo sapien mean? Homo sapien means thinking man or the wise man. And what is so special about the Homo sapiens? The Homo sapiens were able to stand erect, very erect. Then the brain size is larger and they have really small jaws and they're able to travel more. Now by this stage they had also started making a lot of stone tools. Now how do we know about these early humans? So we know about these early humans because of the study of fossils. Now what are fossils? Fossils are the remains that we find of early humans, early animals, okay, prehistoric animals, how do we know about dinosaurs? We know about dinosaurs because of their skeletons that we have found that remain, hidden in the earth, that are underground, okay. So similarly, we came to know about the Homo sapiens, the Homo erectus and the hominids because of the early remains that we have found. Now these skeletons that we find in the earth, okay, inside the earth, under the ground, are known as fossils, okay. So you need to know what fossils are and where do you find them? You find them under the earth, in the ground, okay. And they are the remains, the bone remains of the humans or the plants or the animals, and that is how we come to know how was life in those periods, okay. Apart from this, we also know about the early humans from the cave paintings that they left on the caves, as well as the stone tools that they have used, okay. So other tools that they have used, from all this we come to know about the early humans, okay. Now the early humans, we have found a lot of skeleton remains which are known as the fossils in Africa, and so that gives us a lot of information about how the evolution of humans must have taken place. So that has been a source of study. Now Lucy, who is Lucy? Lucy is one of the oldest hominid fossils that was found in 1974, that was discovered in 1974 by an explorer called Donald Johanson, okay. Donald C. Johanson was the person who found the remains of this old hominid skeleton. And where was it discovered? It was found in a place called Hadar. This is in the Awash Valley of Ethiopia. Now in Ethiopia there is this area which is called the Great Depression, where the earth is wide open, okay. There's a huge hole kind of a thing, chasm kind of a thing. So that area, and it's a wide area. So you found, the explorer found the remains of this old hominid, and these are the remains, the skeletal remains of a woman, and so it is named as Lucy, okay. And when was this discovered? This was discovered in 1974 by the explorer or archaeologist Donald C. Johanson, and they have been able to find the age of the hominid, so that is around 3.2 million years old, and these are the oldest remains we have found on earth, okay. So it gives us an idea of how old the evolution of humans is, okay. Now how was the life of the early humans? The early humans were hunter-gatherers, okay. Even as they were evolving from Homo erectus, hominids, Homo erectus, and then to Homo sapiens, or the entire period they were hunter-gatherers. They were still hunting for animals, and then they were using tools to cut them and eat them. And apart from that, they were wanderers, okay. So hunter-gatherers, one is they were hunting animals, second, gatherers, they were collecting fruits and other kind of plants that were there around them. So they observed which plants they could eat, the fruits that they could eat, and they used to collect these and eat them, okay. So that is why the early humans are known as hunter-gatherers. They were also wanderers. Now what does wanderer mean? A wanderer or a nomad is a person who moves from one place to other in search of food. So that was how the life of the early humans was. They were wanderers. They used to stay in one place. They used to use the resources of that area, and once that area was, over, that area, the resources were over, suppose the water got over, or there were no more trees, or the trees were drying up because of summer season, then they would move to the next area, or possibly it got flooded because of the rains. So then the people would move to the other area, to another area in search of food. So they were hunter-gatherers, they were wanderers, and they always went from place to place in search of food and shelter. So this was how the life of the humans was. Now the humans gradually, one of the most important discoveries of the human of this era, of the Pleistocene period, is that they discovered fire. Now how could they have discovered fire? They possibly must have rubbed two stones together, and that friction which was caused could have resulted in a spark, and it must have lighted some fire, dry leaves around, and that must have that helped the humans realize that they could create fire like that. So that is the discovery of fire, which is an important discovery of the Pleistocene period, or the old Stone Age. Okay, so it is an important phase of evolution. Another important phase of Stone Age, or the Pleistocene period, is that they started making tools. Now because the humans, Homo sapiens, or the early humans, were able to have flexible fingers, they were able to use stones more effectively. So they started using the stone to make it into sharp edges. Okay, so they used to beat it into different shapes that they needed, so that they could use it for hunting, for chopping, for cutting, for digging. So these were the different things they needed the tools for, and they were able to use the stones. So how did they do this? There were two methods to do this. Okay, so this is again an important part of the Stone Age, of the Pleistocene period. So what was that? That was that they were able to make tools. Now how did they make this? One method was to hold the stone in their hand, one hand, okay, and with the other hand they used to beat the stone into a shape that they wanted, alright, and ultimately get the tool that they needed. Another method was to place the stone on another hard surface, the stone or a bone. They could use both. So they used the stone or the bone, like I've shown in the picture, and then they used to beat it with another piece of stone and slowly, gradually make it into the shape that they wanted. And this is how, these were the most important discoveries of the Stone Age, and how life changed for humans, because the discovery or invention of tools and the discovery of fire changed the life of humans completely, because fire helped them to stay warm, also to cook food. So then they were able to stay in one place for a longer period. And secondly, the other tools, the weapons that they made, they were able to make different objects. They were able to inscribe on the walls, as well as make sharper tools, so that it helped them in their hunting. So life became easier for them. Okay, and this is the evolution of the early humans. So they were able to do a lot of things because of the tools that they found, because of all the fire that they were able to create. So life became a lot more easier. So these are the phases of Stone Age. I'm going to stop here today. Please go through the video again. This is a revision video. Be prepared for your PT1 portion. In case of any doubts, do send me a mail at the mail that I have sent below the link. Okay, take care of yourselves. Thank you.